Hi Team Bodyfire, how you doing? Now, one of the key things we like to do through our website and through my YouTube channel is inform you guys about information about products, about the do's and don'ts. Now, I'm joined today by Terence O'Rourke from Informed Sport. All my supplements have, and I've got my female pre-trainer here, this little logo, Informed Sport, tested here. Now, a lot of people don't know what that means. Terence is going to explain to you, it's a very serious thing. So what is Informed Sport?
Thank you, James. Informed Sport is a risk minimisation program. Effectively, it tests products for the presence of substances which are prohibited in sport by the World Anti-Doping Agency. It's very important that products that want to come onto the program make sure that they go through this thorough assessment. It's the only way that a consumer can know that the product they are taking is free of these dangerous substances.
So basically, a lot of people out there are buying supplements that don't have this logo on there and they don't know necessarily what they're putting into their mouth. And when they do that, it could be something illegal.
Absolutely. It's not necessarily a matter of being illegal, it's a matter of being banned by the World Anti-Doping Agency. There are a lot of athletes out there currently failing anti-doping tests as a result of their sports nutrition products. And the important thing is that they make sure that those products are tested before they ingest them. There's a principle called strict liability which underpins the World Anti-Doping Code. If an athlete takes a product and they fail an anti-doping test, then they are responsible for that. If a consumer uses a product and they become ill as a result of it, that's because they haven't checked that it's been tested by Informed Sport. Informed Sport is the most rigorous level of quality assurance for sports nutrition products.
So that means that as soon as a supplement is manufactured, i.e. my pre-trainer Hades or Hella, whatever it is, it's sent to you guys and every batch is rigorously tested. So everything that's on the ingredients is there, and if there's any third-party materials, it instantly fails.
Absolutely. There are two fundamental pillars to Informed Sport. One, that it has to pass a very rigorous product assessment questionnaire. That's an audit of the ingredients, the manufacturing process and the raw materials. It then also has to pass 5 pre-registration tests. Only once that we are guaranteed it has reached this level will we register it on Informed Sport.
So you're saying obviously when people buy the raw ingredients from wherever it might be, they could already be contaminated.
Absolutely.
When they're manufactured, things like their machines aren't washed properly and they get contaminated from that.
Absolutely.
But surely you're not saying companies would put dodgy chemicals in there on purpose?
Certainly our experience is that there are more and more manufacturers and brands out there who want to do the right thing. They want to be responsible. However, there are some disreputable brands who do adulterate their products on purpose. And unfortunately there is a market for that. There's a market for people who want to take products with stimulants or steroids in them. However, we don't deal with those manufacturers or those brands because they would never come to us in the first place.
With your testing, you have also gone into factories in the UK,
Absolutely.
but Informed Sport is something that we're trying to get out worldwide. You know, I get people buying my supplements in South Africa, in New Zealand, in Australia, where there's rugby teams over there, where the testing is, they're dealt with WADA, World Anti-Doping Association, but also a lot of stuff isn't as rigorous. You found some interesting results.
Yes, we have. I mean, we've done research over the past decade which shows that brands and products which aren't tested regularly, they show 1 in 10 of those are contaminated. They can be contaminated with steroids, with stimulants, with beta agonists, with diuretics. There's a compound called methylhexamine which has been at the heart of many anti-doping violations quite recently. So what our intention was to create a program whereby brands and manufacturers across the world can put their products onto this program, and so athletes and consumers know that there is a harmonised approach to testing of sports nutrition.
There's an interesting point you told me that a lot of factories that actually didn't make any dodgy supplements, when you went in and tested them and they were swabbed down, they found third-party contaminants.
Yes, absolutely. Even the most responsible and reputable brands can have contamination happening at source. Raw materials these days come from the cheapest source, and that source is often in countries which don't have the same levels of quality assurance. So a brand can have contamination happening at the very start of the manufacturing process. There's 2 other sources of contamination. One is the manufacturing machinery, the instrumentation they use. That can perhaps have been used in the past for manufacturing pharmaceutical goods. And secondly, if a brand or a manufacturer is also manufacturing pharmaceutical goods and storing it in the same facility, cross-contamination can happen easily.
So Terence, you've talked about Informed Sport, talked about products being on there. How easy is it for people to get on that website, and what is the address for people to do that?
Okay, the address is informed-sport.com. It's a website which carries the brands and the names of all the products which are on the programme. And if you're an elite athlete, you can go one step further. You can click on the batches list and you can look at what's in your hand. You can check the batch number from that product.
Which actually on header is written at the bottom. It says batch number BN. You can't see it on the camera, but BN. Run that through the website.
Exactly, and then you can be guaranteed that what you're taking has been tested by all of you.
Now finally, obviously a lot of stuff's been written in the press about rugby players at lower levels failing drugs tests. Now obviously I'm a professional rugby player first and foremost. A lot of my users are young rugby players. I've never heard of doping issues in rugby, so I think people are blown it out of proportion. But young players who wanted to take these supplements, they've got to be looking at informed sport as the only way, surely.
Absolutely. I mean, the message is very simple. If you want to use a sports nutrition product, make sure it's on informed sport. At the moment, there are enough products out there to suit the needs of any keep fit or any elite athlete. Make sure that product is on informed sport. If you're going to be tested, or if you're going to be subjected to an anti-doping test, and you fail a test because of a product being contaminated, it's called inadvertent doping. If you can prove that the product is contaminated, and if you can show that you did your due diligence, i.e. you made sure it was tested, then you will get off without serving a sanction, without serving a ban. So it's very clear, the message is simple, make sure the product is on informed sport.
And the website address for all that information is?
informed-sport.com.
So informed-sport.com. Get on there, check your supplements out. I challenge you on Bodyfire TV now that I bet some of the stuff you're taking at home isn't Informed Sport tested. Again, we'll put it in the description, we'll get you a close-up of it, but the Informed Sport logo is on the back of all of our supplements and all decent supplements that you should take and should be trusted. Terence, that was really interesting. I really appreciate you coming along.
Thank you very much, James. It's my pleasure.
Bodyfire followers, please comment on this video. If you've got any questions for us, Terence can come back to you. We'll get emails sent over to him. You can come and ask me. Please share this video out there. There's too many people taking dodgy supplements and not getting it right. Please comment, please rate the video, subscribe. We'll see you shortly. Gradually. Yeah, because that is the big thing, is that I think for the functional work and stuff, it's fine. Yeah. A lot of people, you know, when I squat, I used to do it barefoot.